Have you ever looked at your life and thought, surely, there's more to this? Maybe you're going through a season that doesn't make sense. You've been faithful, yet the doors stay shut. You've prayed, yet nothing's moving. Friend, let me tell you something you might not realize: this is not the end, this is the preparation. Let's start with a story. Imagine a young shepherd boy in the middle of nowhere. He wakes up every day to tend sheep, ordinary, dusty work. His brothers are soldiers, his father is respected, but he is overlooked. No one sees him. No one expects much from him. But what no one knew was that God had already seen the king in the shepherd. You already know who I'm talking about. David. Before David ever held a crown, he held a slingshot. Before he stood before Goliath, he stood alone with lions and bears. Why? Because God was preparing him for something bigger. Sometimes, when God is getting ready to elevate you, He hides you. He places you in obscurity, not to punish you, but to develop you. He removes the crowd so He can deal with your character. He allows the waiting to shape your wisdom. And it often feels like nothing is happening. But behind the scenes, God is building a foundation strong enough to hold what He's about to place on top. So here are 5 signs God is preparing you for something bigger. 1. You're in a season of silence. You pray, and it feels like heaven is quiet. You seek direction, but the path looks foggy. This silence is not God ignoring you, it's God trusting you. When a teacher is silent during a test, it's not because the teacher has left. It's because the test is meant to reveal what you've learned. Isaiah 30:15 says, "In quietness and trust is your strength." God sometimes withdraws the noise so you can hear your own calling echo louder within you. 2. You're being stripped of comfort. Sometimes, the things that once satisfied you no longer do. The job feels empty. The relationships feel shallow. You no longer fit in where you used to belong. Just like a tree must lose its leaves to prepare for new growth, God allows certain things to fall away, not to harm you, but to make room for what's coming. John 15:2 says, "Every branch that does bear fruit He prunes, that it may bear more fruit." Pruning hurts, but it's a sign that growth is coming. 3. You feel a holy restlessness. You start feeling an ache in your soul, a divine dissatisfaction. It's not depression. It's not boredom. It's a stirring. God is placing something deeper in your spirit. He's whispering, "There's more. There's a calling you haven't walked into yet." That restlessness isn't a curse, it's a compass. Philippians 2:13 says, "For God is working in you, giving you the desire and the power to do what pleases Him." 4. Opposition increases. Ironically, one of the clearest signs of elevation is warfare. When you're close to a breakthrough, resistance often gets louder. David faced Goliath after years of hidden training. Joseph was thrown in a pit and falsely imprisoned before he became second in command of Egypt. Jesus was betrayed and crucified before resurrection power was revealed. 1 Peter 4:12-13 says, "Do not be surprised at the fiery ordeal, as though something strange were happening to you. But rejoice. You participate in the sufferings of Christ." The enemy attacks what he fears. So if you're facing pressure, it's because heaven has marked you for promotion. 5. God is asking for more obedience. You feel a deeper conviction. You sense the Holy Spirit asking you to release some habits, some attitudes, or even some people. You're being pulled toward purity, discipline, focus. It's not random, it's refinement. Before God places you on a platform, He wants to make sure your soul can handle it. He's not just preparing the blessing for you, He's preparing you for the blessing. Luke 16:10 says, "One who is faithful in a very little is also faithful in much." If you feel stretched, isolated, misunderstood, or overlooked, you're not being buried, you're being planted. There's something bigger ahead. But you have to trust this process. Don't despise the preparation. Don't run from the quiet. Don't rush the waiting. Because the very things that feel like setbacks may actually be the stepping stones to something greater. God is preparing you. Stay faithful.